Okay, so I just made it to the Nintendo Switch 2 experience, and today I actually get to experience the Nintendo Switch hands-on. And there's been a lot of people talking about the Switch 2, there's a lot of negativity, there's a lot of positivity, and I got a lot of expectations and a lot of things that are bothering me, and there is a lot of things bothering me. The key card thing is bothering me quite a bit, that a lot of the Japanese third-party games are not on the card themselves. You have to download it. And the reason for this is they say it's better because you can digitally lend it to somebody. But for me personally, I don't want to lend out my games. I never do lend out my games. I like having the physical game all in one, all of the game there. And yes, there's a lot of things with Breath of the Wild, how the game's on there, but you have to download the upgrade pack. And so very, very strange and very confusing. I think that's what it is for me. There's a lot of confusion about the Switch 2 and the cards, what's on there, what's not. And I'm trying to keep it all together. I'll ask you guys, are you excited about the Switch 2? I'll say this much, I don't have any expectations. I'm very looking forward to playing Metroid Prime. That's the game that is the real big selling point for me. And I just want to say this, it is the day after pre-orders. And for a lot of people who said they weren't going to buy one, it sold out. And so I was kind of surprised by that. It sold out almost instantaneous. Hopefully some more will become available in the future and all that. But walking in today, for me, the Nintendo Switch 1 was one of the best consoles ever made. I've often said that. And it really was the system for collectors and for people who want to own physical games. And now we're in a time when physical games are not so physical anymore. Even when you buy games for the PS5 or that, most of the game is not on the disc. So Nintendo's kind of going towards a digital only future, and that's controversial. And a lot of people like it and a lot of people don't. I, being a collector, I'm kind of in the latter that I don't particularly love not having my entire game on the cartridge, but anyways, let's go in and try the Nintendo Switch 2. Okay, I'm out of the event and there's a lot to unpack, and obviously I don't have my games room here, and so I'm just going for a walk and I'm just going to talk about the experiences I had with the Nintendo Switch 2. So let's talk about the first bit, the hands-on. So we get in there and there was a demo unit with no games on it, no power to it, but I could pick it up and I could look at it. And the one thing I want to say is, it kind of amazed me, the JoyCons. The JoyCons worked really, really well in the fact that they snap together with magnets so very well. And it almost makes that Switch, snap sound. And I actually played with it a few times. I'm like, this is really solid. This building here?
And it just pops right off.
Wow. Okay, wow.
So those are magnetized, they snap right in.
Wow.
Very satisfactory.
That is very satisfying. That's so interesting. And then I checked out the stand, and the one thing is the stand is very sturdy and it really bends all the way up. And I compared my old stands of my Nintendo Switch to this, and it was just like night and day, like from the original Switch. I'm like, this is really flimsy, the original one, but the new one is very, very strong. It feels really strong too. Wow.
It's really nice.
Compared to the Nintendo Switch?
Yes.
And I compared both the Nintendo Switch 2 to the Nintendo Switch 1. And yes, the Nintendo Switch 2, it was notably bigger. I put them together side by side, and I was just looking at them and I'm like, look at this. This is kind of fascinating, interesting to see. Well, it is a lot bigger. It's a lot bigger. The one thing I want to say is it's very, very strong. So remember the original Switch with the JoyCons? You can wiggle it, right? You can wiggle it and you're like, this doesn't feel very secure. Even the original Switch. This one is one unit. It feels like it's all connected. Even when you take off the JoyCons and reattach them, it feels strong. And that's one thing that I really did like. So here we are, hands-on once again, and just detaching. So hopefully you can hear this. Wow. It feels really good. The screen looks nice and big. as well. That's great. I love these JoyCons. So strong, so strong. So then it was off to play some games. And the first game I got to try was Mario Kart World. Now, it's one thing to see some of these games online, to see some footage. It's another thing to play it. And I gotta say, I enjoyed my initial experience playing, and I thought, well, that was rather good. But then I did something that was really fun. And that was for Mario Kart World Knockout Mode. Now, I went up to the game, and they're like, oh yeah, everybody else is connecting, and I'm like, really? And so yes, I got to play against 24 players. And this mode is absolutely insane. Like I initially played Mario Kart and I thought it was good, but this mode is insane. I can't say that enough. I was very close to the screen, and as I'm playing it, it was so intense because the level, it's not just like you go through a quick level. All the levels are connected, and you're just going and going. So you go through one level to the next, and it doesn't stop. And you're like, it's so intense, and all the other players are bumping into you, trying to take them out. You know, you're trying to like speed run against corners, grab all the items, knock all the other players out as they, you know, typical Mario Kart stuff. But at the end of that game, I'm not joking, I stood there and I came in third, which was good because I'm not that great of a Mario Kart player. And I just stood there and I was like, oh, I'm ready to go home because it was a very intense experience. And that's a mode that if you get a chance to demo or test it at a friend's place or whatever it is, please demo that mode, because I was blown away and I'm thinking, I can't wait to do this online with people and to play with people this way. It's gonna be a real lot of fun. I think what I got from Mario Kart World is, yeah, hence the name World, it's big. It's really big. It's almost overwhelmingly big. And that's what kind of at the end of it, that was what I got out of the experience. I was like, that was overwhelming. There was so much stuff thrown at me, so many players. And how was it compared to Mario Kart 8? You can see the graphical updates, you can see the graphical change and how big the world is and how many more players you can get on there. So I will say this much. I was very impressed with Mario Kart World, and I want to play more of it. That is for sure.
Let's go! Yahoo!
And then it was time for some Donkey Kong Bonanza. And so I started to play this game, and it's a very unusual game. Like I just want to say that it's a very unusual game. Like you play as Donkey Kong, you can just punch and smash objects in front of you, smash the walls, smash the ground, go deep down. There's a lot that you can do within this game to do with smashing things, and it's kind of a weird game. I'll be honest, it's weird, and I don't know. I was playing it and I'm like, this is a lot of fun. Then I was just thinking, this is just strange. And it's like, you know, Donkey Kong's a miner and he's just going around, you know, trying to find these bananas, and then you're smashing holes under the ground. The only thing that I will say is in the beginning, because you're kind of in a confined space, the camera was a little bit off at times. It's a little bit weird. As you're trying to get used to it, remember I'm first playing this game. It's not like the second time I played it. It was the very first time I played it. So I was just kind of getting used to it all. But I came away thinking that I'll go back to it. I would be interested to go back to it, but I know I've already stated it. It's a weird game. Then I finally got some hands-on with Metroid Prime 4 Beyond. And as I walked up, I'm like, I can't believe I get to play this now. It's like, this is crazy, because it's the one game at this event I was like, I need some hands-on with it. And you won't be able to see it in this video, but it was 120 frames a second. I started to play it, and I played it with the JoyCons in mouse mode. I want to say something. It's very unusual to play in mouse mode. So when I'm walking around and I see an enemy, I lock on with this, right?
Yes, correct.
See, sometimes, okay, so that guy there, I lock on and then I shoot. The gun goes over there. But all of a sudden when you start doing it, you're like, wait a second, this game controls way better with the mouse. And I don't think I've heard anybody say that. Like, the mouse works really, really well, but it's a lot to get used to, especially me being a console gamer. I haven't played a lot of you know, computer games with mouse and keyboard. I've got nothing against that. I think it's the optimal way to go. But it was different. It was, you know, unusual for me to play in that style. It took me a little bit to really sell it into the controls. It took me a little bit to really figure everything out. And will I play with mouse controls in the future? Potentially. But for a first thoughts on the experience, I think I might want to do a Pro Controller in the future. I think that'd be the way to go. But I understand this is the novel idea to play it with a mouse. And I just want to say that the graphics were really something else and really showed what the Switch 2 was capable of and potentially what the future holds for it as well. And I thought they did a really good job with Metroid Prime 4, and I really enjoyed my little time with it. Okay, next I got to try Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom running in 60 frames a second, the enhanced mode. And what can I say? Like, I'm damn honest here. When I walked up to the screen, when somebody else was playing it, I kind of was like, this felt like a different game. Even though all of a sudden you settle down and you're like, no, this is the originals that we played. But the 60 frames a second, it really makes a difference. And the high fidelity mode, it looked really amazing. And it made me want to go back and play Breath of the Wild. Now, I have a problem with the carts, as I was mentioning earlier before, how when you buy that cart, you only get the original game and you have to download the upgrade pack. And I don't even think you get the DLC with it. So that's kind of the thing that's really bumming me out about buying a physical copy. I really want to. Like, when you see these games playing, you're like, oh, it's everything I love, but it looks better. And to be honest, it's the way you originally wished it would have been. And that's what was kind of neat to see. But it was nice to be able to see them running at such a high frame rate. And the loading screens were really, really fast as well. And yeah, I was very impressed. I guess I was very impressed. Then I got to try some third-party games playing on the Switch 2. And I got to check out Cyberpunk. And I said to somebody who was standing there, I'm like, isn't it so strange that we get to play Cyberpunk on a Nintendo Switch hardware? It just seems like, because the Switch 1, that was not gonna happen. Where Switch 2, they're able to do it. Does it get a hit? Yes. Is it neat? Yes. It's kind of fascinating to see this kind of game playing on a Nintendo console, I'll be honest. And then I can say the same for Street Fighter 6. And I played that and it was very fascinating. I think it takes a hit as well in the graphics department, but it's still, if you don't own Street Fighter 6 and you only get it on like a Switch 2, well, I mean, it might not be on the cartridge, but what you get here is a very, very competent port. It's a very competent port. And I was actually playing it and I'm thinking, this is really good. This is a really good port. Yeah, I saw some people playing Hades 2, that looked cool. But the real thing that really got me was seeing the GameCube and playing with the controller and going, it's the GameCube again. And the GameCube, this sounds really weird, there was a lot of people lined up to play the GameCube. Yeah, I think it's some younger people who are very nostalgic about their childhood and want to play the GameCube. And I understand that. It really blew me away to see F-Zero again. Like, for me to play F-Zero, I had to get my FrameMeister, hook it all up, and to be able to play in high def, kind of blown up, was really nice. And seeing Wind Waker back was also kind of a treat. I love that game, so to play with the GameCube controller was kind of a treat. And yes, there was a lot of competition with Drag X Drive, and I'll be honest with you, the game is not for me. It's just not my type of game. I think it might appeal to a lot of people and they might really, really love it. But I saw a lot of people playing it and they said they were exhausted at the end of it, pushing these like wheelchairs around. And it's a very unusual game, and I think it has appealed to quite a lot of people, but it just wasn't the game for me. And that brings us to the funny one. That brings us to Welcome Tour. This is the tutorial on how you learn how to play with your Nintendo Switch and learn all of its features. And I'm telling you, when I was playing this, I was like, this should have been built in to the hardware. This should have been part of the hardware for you to learn. Just like Astrobot was something that you could download to learn how you could use the haptics and all that great stuff. So in playing this, it's a lot of novelty stuff. It's kind of like 1-2 Switch, and I played it. It was okay. I have a hard time to see anybody downloading this. I don't know. There was probably some people very interested. I was not. I was very, very kind of let down by it. And it's kind of interesting to learn how to use the mouse controllers and some of those features, but I couldn't justify a $10 to $15 purchase of this on its own. It just didn't really make any sense to me. So yeah, it was a very exhausting afternoon playing video games. I know, how can video games be exhausting? Well, I played nearly everything. I tried to get around to every single game, and there was a lot to see, there was a lot to do, and you know, I kind of came into this with a very negative outset. I really did. I was like, I don't know if I'm really into the Switch 2 because of the physicality of it, that the games might not all be on there. But you know, this afternoon when I was just playing all the games, I kind of got lost in the games themselves, and I really kind of forgot about that. And maybe they want us to forget about that, so they can just do online games and digital downloads and all the stuff that I don't particularly love. But I had a fun time with the Switch 2. Mario Kart World, it honestly shocked me on how good it was. It really blew me away, and I can see, because I've often said Mario Kart 8 was so good. How do you go, where do you go from there? And Metroid Prime 4, I need to play a lot more of it. I don't think I'll be playing with the mouse control, but the experience that I had with it was stupendously good. And so, yeah, that was my Nintendo Switch 2 experience. I need to go and find one. Hopefully I can find one on Amazon or on Best Buy in the future. And so, guys, I gotta ask you, are you excited about the Nintendo Switch 2? Let me know down below. So anyways, guys, until next time.